Welcome into another edition of Mavs Latest. I'm Josyah Howard. And some exciting stuff brewing with the Summer League. As the Summer League approaches, obviously the NBA draft behind us. We're very excited to see when Cooper Flag is going to see the court for the first time as a Dallas Maverick. Not obviously not a regular season game as we're very far away from that. But the Summer League roster has been announced, and the team is obviously highlighted by number one overall pick Cooper Flag and two-way guards Ryan Nembhard and Miles Kelly of Auburn, along with 2024 second-round pick Melvin Aginsa and Mavs assistant Josh Broghammer will serve as the coach for the Summer League team. Um, so yeah, I love the hype around it. I love like a almost a official press release of some kind here with the roster. I love it. Dallas Mavericks NBA 2K26 Summer League roster. Um, Talked about it a little before. Cooper Flag and the Mavericks only expected to play in this Las Vegas tournament. But it's exciting because obviously Summer League doesn't mean a whole ton, but you definitely want to see one game from Cooper Flag where he goes crazy. You don't want to draft Cooper Flag and then in Cooper Flag you don't see, or during the Summer League, you don't get any flashes during the Summer League from Cooper Flag. You don't get any. So, yeah, the Summer League could be a tricky spot where these players might not have great games in their summer league, but they have flashes, or they get a minor injury, and you're obviously not going to take the risk, so you take them out of the game. Stuff like that. You obviously don't hope for any of that stuff. So I'm excited. I'm really hoping Cooper could have a couple highlights and a couple flash moments where everybody is kind of on the same page, where it's just like, yep, Cooper Flag's that guy. We know who he is. We're happy he's here, and we are in a great spot for years to come. And a lot of that starts in summer league. As much as people don't put a lot of stock in it necessarily, a lot of that stuff starts in summer league. So again, congrats to Cooper Flag getting drafted first of all, but also just that process begins and at summer league you got your contract signed. You can start working out at the facilities. I'm sure he doesn't really have a stable home there yet, but still, you know, you really sit back and say, you just hope and see, because you've had players that played one game, they pulled them for the rest of summer league. You had teams that played their guy throughout summer league and actually put that pressure on them. I think Dallas will be a team that puts that pressure on them, but again, we'll have to wait and see. But one story that was brewing this week, obviously got to keep you up with the latest here on Mavs Latest, is that LeBron James and the Mavericks, those two had some buzz around them the last couple weeks. And it seems like we get an update in that story as, David McMenamin of ESPN is saying Dallas, from what he's being told, is only interested in LeBron in a buyout situation. So his contract obviously being bought out, he becomes a free agent. And then I would imagine they are really only looking for a veteran's minimum for LeBron James. And in a vacuum, you're like, duh. Like every team would only want LeBron in a veterans minimum situation. But at the same time, you have to sit back and say, well, I mean, what if he's even willing to take 20 million a year? You have to really consider what LeBron could even bring to this team short term and really sit back and say like, okay, what really is my window here? What in my gut, in my heart and soul is my window here. And if I'm Nico Harrison, because if your window truly is that 2 to 3 year window, you got to take it now. You have to do it now. So you have a LeBron James, you know, he's not necessarily unhappy in LA. And I think, again, he's just trying to put pressure on LA to make moves, and they obviously go out and get DeAndre Ayton earlier this week. But seems like there's a little bit more buzz still going with this LeBron to Dallas stuff. It seems like it's the chatter's not going away, and again, if I'm Dallas, I try my absolute hardest to get LeBron James on this roster if I can, because again, he could fit not only your short-term window of trying to win a championship now, but a long-term window of being in that same locker room with Cooper Flag. It all comes back to him. And I think if you're going to have a guy like Cooper Flag and then a bunch of veterans, you might as well just keep stacking the deck of veterans in front of him and really give him the best opportunity to be super successful in the NBA. So again, I do love hearing the buzz about LeBron coming to Dallas, because I think anywhere LeBron goes, magic happens, especially early on in the arrival of coming to places when he leaves his former team. So we'll obviously keep you up to date with the LeBron James buzz to the Dallas Mavericks here on Mavs Latest. But some more coaching movement for the Dallas Mavericks as their assistant Jared Dudley finalizing a deal to become the top assistant for the Denver Nuggets under Dave Adelman, according to Andy Miller of Clutch Sports. They tell ESPN. Again, obviously the Frank Vogel news lightens this a little bit, because we had a feeling he was going, right? We knew this was coming. We just didn't know where. So again, congratulations to Jared Dudley. I feel like I'm saying congratulations to a lot of these coaches that have been busting their chops to earn a spot in this league. So again, congrats to Jared Dudley. That's somebody that's the Mavericks are gonna have to work to replace on the coaching staff, and I guess ever since the point guard has been filled for the Dallas Mavericks, I feel like that has been the topic of discussion in terms of the movement they need to make in terms of filling out their bench on the coaching staff heading into the regular season, and not just heading into the regular season, but heading into training camp. You don't want to be dealing with these things heading into training camp and heading into the season. You just don't want to deal with any of that stuff. So again, it's just great to see these guys. And another person I want to just speak briefly to about, because he got a opportunity, we talked about it, God Sham God heading to the Orlando Magic too, and he posted a message on Instagram just thanking the organization. And he says, "Today was a bittersweet day for me. I had 9 amazing years, 2016 and 2025 with the Dallas Mavs. Thought I'd be here forever, and I want to thank all the coaches and the players I got to play with over those years. Want to thank the fans and the people of Dallas for embracing a guy from New York, oh no, for New York, and making me feel at home. And I want to thank Mark Cuban, one of the best owners in sports, for giving me a chance and believing in me. Most of all, I want to thank you for being an even better person. Last but not least, I want to thank the whole organization and all the relationships I built in Dallas. Thank you." So God Sham God giving his last message to Dallas, very heartfelt, and a very nice message. Again, congratulations to Sham God, congratulations to Jared Dudley, but the Mavericks have some work to do, because at the end of the day, they need to not only fill some coaching needs now with all these exits, but now with the re-signing of Dante Exum, as we wrap up with some Mavs chatter, they have to make a roster move, because with the signing of Dante Exum, they do have to open up a roster spot for him to make it all work. And you know names like Jaden Hardy have been brought up, and Olivier Maxon Prosper has been brought up. But another name that has been kind of popping up as a possible name they move off from was a Dwight Powell. Somebody just picked up his option with the team. So it also seems like a possible trade option for Powell would be the Pacers with the connection with Rick Carlisle. Before he left for Indiana, he coached Powell in Dallas, so there's a connection there, and they need a big that could shoot with the loss of Miles Turner going to Milwaukee. So that's something that could actually work out for them. Um, but Dallas still has some moves to make after making this move to bring back Dante Exum to the roster. There's still some moves to be made, and we'll keep you up to date with the latest on Mavs Latest because this is Mavs Latest, and I am Josyah Howard. Please subscribe down below. Please comment any of your thoughts heading into the Summer League, possibility of bringing in LeBron James, all the coaching holes with the team that need to be filled. Please come back for more. Again, Mavs Latest. I'm Josyah Howard, and let's get it, y'all.